Welcome everybody to Norristown Area High School. A few technical difficulties, but here we are with 5:09 left to go in the first. 6-1 Upper Dublin Cardinals, who come in here to Norristown tonight with a record of 5-3. This ball is knocked out of bounds, and it's going to go towards the Eagles. Well, the Upper Dublin Lady Cardinals feature a very balanced scoring attack. No one player really dominates. 10.1 points a game for Tuga Goff, 10 points a game for Taylor Bryant, and 9.6 for Kirsten Fury. So really impossible to zone in on one player and stop this Upper Dublin attack. They're very balanced. I'm Mark Kolodinsky. A little bit under the weather, but with a little bit of heart and a lot of water, we'll be good. You're watching NASD TV Girls Varsity Basketball. Here's number 3, Tuga Goff. Not the prototypical basketball player build, but very effective as she leads this team in scoring. Still 6-1 Cardinals. The Norristown Lady Eagles kind of struggling to start off the season. Here's Tuga Goff with a 3. It rims in and out, and it's rebounded by Natasha Matthews. Matthews taking it end to end, now dishing it off to Tempson. And now to India Grady. They get it inside to Matthews. She tried to get it across to number 10, Ty Britton, but couldn't, and they turn it over. Here comes Upper Dublin with a jumper missed by Jennifer Myers. The rebound will go to the Cardinals, though, with Taylor Bryant. She'll put it up. It's way short. It's tipped. Ellie Gillette gets the board, and here comes the Eagles. This is Precious Tempson. Nice feed, and the layup's blown by Ty Britton, and that layup is missed badly, but that's because of a foul. And we'll have free throws for the Eagles. Precious Tempson going to the line. Head coach Vince Cadenanzaro for the Upper Dublin Cardinals, enraged about something over there on the sideline. I don't know what. Kesha Hitton's about to return to the game. Precious Tempson's first free throw is up and way off. Precious Tempson, 5'7" sophomore guard / forward. Just one of the many very young players on this Norristown team that are very effective. And we're not talking just juniors. They got a number of freshmen and sophomores who are going to be a big part of this team this year. Tempson puts it up and puts it in. Missed the first one badly, but converts on the second one, and it's 6-2. Here comes Sarah Hollowell, dishing it off. That 3's up and drilled by Jennifer Myers. Well, she averages just 2.8 points a game, so she already eclipses that on one shot with that 3. That is her first 3 of the year. Here's Hinton, dishing off to Matthews. A little bit of pressure being applied by Upper Dublin. Eagles able to handle it okay, though. Here's Tempson. Been handling the ball a lot. Now Hinton. Back to Tempson, who's got a wide open baseline. Try to do something with it. Puts it up off the backboard. It's no good. Rebound being knocked around. And then throwing away the outlet pass was Kirsten Fury, one of the stars of this Upper Dublin Lady Cardinals team. So Upper Dublin really getting it done early for Upper Dublin. The 9-2 lead. India Grady to Matthews, to Hinton. Had a semi-open look at a 3, passed it up. Throws it over the head of Grady, who's able to recover it, avoids the backcourt violation. Here's Gillette, stopping, having it tipped, but still getting it to Britton, and Britton's able to convert for 2, and it's just a 5-point deficit. The Lady Eagles, of course, going to districts last year under first-year head coach at the time, Ashley Harrison. Now in her second year, trying to lead this team in the right direction, but with a lot of young players and new faces. Mixed results early on. That one's put up and a couple times off the rim, but it finally goes down for Tori Waters. Comes into the game shooting just 40%, but she'll up that with that bucket. This one's being knocked around. Gillette saves a possession. Here's Matthews to Hinton. Hinton with a little stutter step. Getting it to Grady. Has an open look, so she takes it, and she missed it. Here's Britton getting the board, putting it up, and getting it to go. And Ty Britton has been real good early. She now has 4 of the Eagles' 6 points and doing real good things down low. Here's number 13, Sarah Hollowell, getting it inside. Possession saved by Fury. Now the Cardinals nearly throw it away again. Boy, they've had a hard time making simple passes so far. And they bounce it off to Hollowell. He'll jack it up from long range, misses it. Rebound by Fury. Puts up the turnaround jumper. It's well short. That was a tough shot, and she airballed it. And with 3:08 to go in the first quarter, it's 11-6 Cardinals. Players going down. Natasha Matthews rumbling all the way and getting fouled coast to coast. Natasha Matthews like a tank. No one able to stop her, and gets free throws. And she's a pretty good free throw shooter. Matthews, one of the few players on this team that was an integral part of last year, even the year before that's team. And now in her senior year, expecting big things from her, and so far getting them. Getting that free throw as well. Substitution for the Upper Dublin Cardinals into the game for the first time is number 22, Lauren Rothfield. So the Eagles right now doing a decent job of keeping Fury, Goff, and Bryant quiet, and that's going to be key for them if they want to win this game. Matthews in and out. This is a fairly even matchup as that one's out of bounds. Looks like it's off Upper Dublin. Let's see who they give it to. They give it to Upper Dublin, so they don't agree with me. And Upper Dublin ball. Just under 3 minutes to go now. Here is number 24, Jennifer Myers, getting it inside. And that shot's up and good by number 22, Lauren Rothfield. And it's 13-7. But as I was saying, a pretty even matchup this is. No team really expected to dominate one way or the other. Turnover right into a wide-open Tori Waters, who blew a wide-open layup. All around, everything about that play was ugly. And now they call it jump ball. As Ellie Gillette looked like she had 90% possession of that, but I guess that wasn't enough, and jump ball possession arrow goes to the Eagles. It's going to take a lot to wrestle a ball away from Ellie Gillette. Here's India Grady. Getting it to Hinton. They break that pressure. Here comes Matthews. Great athleticism for her size. Stopping, putting it up, and getting it to go off the rim. And Tasha Matthews, she can do that from about 10 feet out or so. She can hit that jumper, no problem. And that's why she's so dangerous, because then you let her get deep in the paint, automatic bucket. But, you know, you can't leave the jumper open either because she hits that. Here is number 5, Taylor Bryant. Now they get it inside, and it's put up, and no good. Rebound by Matthews. On the miss, Lauren Rothfield. Matthews won't be able to take this one coast to coast, as she's harassed and double-teamed. Here's Grady, getting it to Gillette. Thought about putting it up, hesitated a lot, and ended up getting stuffed by Jennifer Myers. And now a scramble for the ball, jump ball, possession to Upper Dublin, who brings Kirsten Fury and her 9.6 points a game back into the game. They bring it up now with Taylor Bryant, who's second on the team in scoring. They get it inside to Bryant. Now they dish it off. It's put up, and the three's no good. Rebound Hinton. Among all the big bodies down there, it was the 6 foot or 5'11" Hinton getting the board. Here's Tempson putting it up and getting it to go. And the Eagles now, in the second half of this first quarter, doing a much better job of finishing around the rim, not leaving chances for points on the rim or as missed layups. They're converting. They pass it inside. Rothfield gets it back out. Now Hollowell puts it up. Off the back of the rim, no good. This one's been knocked around as Rothfield tried to go up for the jumper, but then I'm just being knocked around and stripped, and scramble for the ball possession to the Eagles on the jump ball. 13-11 as the Eagles have closed the gap to 2. Upper Dublin real good as the Eagles turn it over here, or do they? Another mad scramble for the ball. Seems like we had a lot of them. I believe it's already our 4th or 5th jump ball of the game, with just 56.1 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and this time possession goes to Upper Dublin. And Upper Dublin, as I was saying, very good jump shooting team. Even when they're missing, they're not way off, and you know they could get hot at any time. That's why it's important to build up some kind of a significant lead so that you could sustain any hot streaks they have. Because basketball's a game of runs. Here's Rothfield. Gonna get to Hollowell, and intercepted by Precious Tempson beautifully. Has one girl to beat, puts it up, and gets fouled. So not a hard foul by Jennifer Myers. Gave Tempson a chance for an and one, but still, the free throws, we'll take it as Tempson heads to the line for the second time tonight. Well, so far, no one on Upper Dublin has more than 3 points. So we know they have a very balanced attack. No one on this team scores more than 10.1 a game, but Eagles defense doing a great job right now as that one rims in and out. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, it's been number 10, Ty Shea Britton with 4, all coming very early in the game from inside. And she's doing a good job down there with 4 for the Eagles, and the free throw's up and no good. Rebound, though, by Matthews. Gives the Eagles a second chance. Here's Hinton. Puts it up. Nice open look, but she couldn't get it to go. She's going to hit that one pretty regularly. Here comes number 5, Taylor Bryant, who ends up getting stripped by Hinton, and then Hinton's fouled, so the Eagles can't run the break. That's a good foul, but a good takeaway by the Eagles as well. Just under a half a minute to go in the first quarter. Now I'm Mark Kodinsky on NASD TV, bringing you Upper Dublin girls at Norristown girls basketball action. Nicole Graham has not been in the game yet. I don't know what the situation is with that, but India Grady's been in her spot for a lot of this first quarter. That one's out of bounds. It's going to stay down here. Hinton will inbound it. Trying to direct some traffic. Gets it into Grady. Grady guarded by Hollowell. They rifled inside of Matthews. Quick shot and got it. Matthews, 0 hesitation, and she hits. Matthews now has 5. And she's been converting anytime she's had the opportunity. Very efficient. And then there's 5 points. The long, desperate Hail Mary shot's nearly hit by Taylor Bryant. Just 2 for 14 hitting threes coming into the game. Make it 2 for 15 on that desperation heave. But somehow the Eagles, despite an early deficit as large as 9-2, are able to exit the first quarter with a tie score, 13-all. We mentioned Matthews with 5. That leads everybody. And right now, kind of a scramble, a frenetic pace, kind of. Loose balls, jump balls, anything goes right now. It's like a football game. But so far, it's played to a draw as it's 13-all. Head coach Ashley Harrison talks things over with our Eagles. Vince Canonizaro with his Upper Dublin Cardinals. And this looks like it's going to be a pretty exciting game. I don't think either team is going to be able to pull away or dominate. So stay tuned for 4 real good quarters, or 3 more anyway. I'm Mark Kodinsky. You're watching NASD TV. Sports. Girls varsity basketball tonight. So the Eagles break their huddle with the same exact 5 they exited the quarter with. That is, actually Tasha Britton returns, so that's a change. And she's joined by Matthews, Tempson, Grady, and Hinton. Here's Matthews. The Eagles look to run their offense. Matthews wanted Hinton, but she's well guarded in the corner by Rothfield. Down to get it to Tempson. Back to Grady, who chucks it up. High off the rim, no good. Hinton keeps it alive, and Tempson comes up with it. Here's Hinton now, finding Tempson. Nice little fake there, but ends up getting denied inside. Another jump ball as Matthews and Bryant go head-to-head inside, wrestling for possession, but with the possession arrow favoring the Redbirds, they will get it. 7:29 to go in the second quarter. Still 13-0. Sarah Hollowell brings it up, but now dishes it off to Bryant. Bryant being harassed in the corner, gets back to Hollowell, who averages 5.8 points a game. That one's tipped out of bounds nicely by Grady, but possession stays down here with the Cardinals. So Tuga Goff didn't see as much playing time perhaps as I expected in the first quarter. She leads his team in scoring. It's 10.1 points a game. Also 2.5 assists a game. But didn't get extended playing time in that first quarter, so let's see if they unleash her now. Here she is. Getting back to Rothfield. Rothfield takes the jumper. Very short, but it's put back up and it's put in by number 42, Tori Waters. Here's Grady now. Eagles with a decent offensive output. Of course, the Cardinals, too. Both of them scoring 13. I mean, with that, you're on pace to score 52. And that's not a bad total at all. Here's Hinton putting it up and putting it in. Because the Eagles have had some offensive struggles in the past. The inability to score points. I believe if they go to Matthews, though, a lot, and Hinton can make some of her open threes as she normally does, I think they'll be just fine. Here is a pass to Fury. That shot is not even close from Bryant. Nice pass ahead from Tempson to Hinton. Hinton puts it up, gets it to go, and the Eagles have the lead at 17-15. The Eagles really looking for something in their season to give them some momentum going forward. They certainly have talent, but it seems like they've had a hard time putting it together as Fury puts it up and misses badly. And this could be just the thing to do it. A 5-3 Upper Dublin team. They're not great, but they're certainly not bad. And it could definitely be the thing to get this team going in the right direction. Just not experiencing the same success they have in the past 2 years. Still, you know, I have full confidence in them to get on that track. But it's going to take some big wins, and this could be one of them. Here is Upper Dublin ball. Stephanie Dinolfi comes into the game for the first time with 5:42 to go in the second. Dinolfi, the 5'5" sophomore guard. We talked about all those sophomores and freshmen that have a big impact for the Eagles this year. Dinolfi, prime example. Here's Goff. Being blocked by Britton. Wow. Britton just returned that one to Goff. That's embarrassing. Here's Grady. Grady kind of running some points. Seems like Cachet playing more of a 2 right now, which I'm not a fan of, but they're doing perfectly fine right now. Can't complain. Perhaps a foul could have been called there, but they don't call it. And now Goff will bring it up for the Cardinals. Goff right through the middle, everybody, and ends up going to the line. Wow. Must have made contact with everybody on the Eagles team and some of her own teammates on the way to the hoop, and ends up getting free throws out of it. Goff on the year, 15 for 22 from the line. Very, very efficient free throw shooter. That one's off though, as we may have cursed her, hopefully, and she'll get another. Goff shoots with that kind of awkward form. But hey, whatever works for you. And that one's drilled. Made it look easy. So it's 17-16 with 5 minutes and change to go in the second quarter. There's Grady over to Hinton. The Eagles look to build on their 1-point lead. Here's Hinton. Putting it up is Natasha Matthews. Off the rim, not once, not twice, maybe about 6 times, but it ends up going down. Matthews now leads all scorers by far with 7. Getting her involved is the key, and it's no coincidence that the Eagles lead this game by 3 with Matthews having so many opportunities and having such a good game as Hinton fields the air ball. 4.5 to play. The Eagles dominating the rebounding battle. They got 11. The Cardinals was just 7. And of course, Natasha Matthews is also a great big part of that as well. And also Britton's been doing a heck of a job in that area. Hinton ready to inbound it, something she does very well and sometimes overlooked. But in the girls' high school game, inbound passes is the time for many turnovers, and Hinton certainly limits that. That entry pass from Matthews had a little bit too much mustard on it. Want to keep going to Matthews, but you got to make good passes inside. But you can live with a mistake here or there every once in a while, no problem. Hollowell brings it up. Hollowell handling once again. Hollowell rifles it inside and gets the assist to number 42, Tori Waters. Hollowell with just 5 assists on the year, so averaging less than 1 a game, but you wouldn't know it by that beautiful bullet pass right there. Here's Hinton. Not a good pass, ill-advised inside to Matthews. There were 3 red jerseys surrounding her, and now Goff comes up with it. Goff tries to make a fancy pass inside, but Tori Waters was the target, but the receiver ended up being India Grady. Here is Dinolfi, back to Grady. Now to Hinton, who's wide open. Why not take the 3? It's on the money. Cachet for 3. 22-18. Cachet Hinton, probably the Eagles' most dangerous 3-point threat. She's now got 7. So Hinton and Matthews, always the leaders, always the stars for this Eagles, Lady Eagles team. Certainly on display tonight. Here's Hollowell, putting it up for a long 2 and gets it to go. That'll make it 22-20 with 3 minutes to go. Boy, the largest lead in this game either way has been 7, and that was in the first quarter when it was 9-2 Cardinals, so very closely contested. A lot of ties, a lot of lead changes. We hope you're enjoying it. Britton puts it up, doesn't get it to go, but she was fouled, so she'll go to the line. Britton certainly has a very promising future with this team, with her height and her ability to finish, and just keeps improving all the time. Well, the Eagles, all the focus on Tuesday the 12th was on the boys here against Plymouth White Marsh, but the girls suffered a heartbreaker of their own as the free throw is missed. Eagles came up 1 point short, the Lady Eagles that is, to the Plymouth White Marsh Colonials on the same night that the boys lost by 3 here at home. So Eagles will try to get that bad taste out of their mouths. And the second free throw's up, and it's off. Matthews, though, pulls it down, another offensive rebound. I don't think Upper Dublin really has anybody inside who could contend with Matthews' size. That's why she's dominating so much. And just keep going to it. D'Onofri. Being guarded by Bryant. Back to Hinton. They get it to Matthews, who's doubled. Good idea by the Cardinals. But then that opens up other things. Let's see if the Eagles can find that, take advantage of it. Matthews. Oh, and they call a jump ball. Could have been a foul, but they call a jump ball. Possession arrow goes towards Upper Dublin. So a great defensive play inside by the Cardinals. Team effort inside in the paint, stopping Matthews, preventing her from getting her 8th and 9th points of the game, or perhaps getting to the line. I'm Mark Koninsky for NASD TV, and the Eagles get a steal. Here comes Tempson trying to beat everybody. Puts it up. Couldn't get it to go. It's knocked out of bounds. Looked like Hinton touched it last. That's what the refs will say. The 5-3 Cardinals are in town tonight to play the Lady Eagles. Excuse my voice, a little under the weather, but enjoying this great, closely contested game right now. And Hinton, nice job to swoop it out of nowhere, save it to Matthews, and now takes it back once again, trying to make something happen on offense. Fires it over to Tempson. Now Hinton. I feel like no one on the Eagles has really played poorly so far. Everyone's at the top of their game. That one is out of bounds, and Matthews. Oh, and they changed the call. Matthews was saying it should be Eagles ball. Referees initially pointed the Upper Dublin side, but then corrected it. And Eagles retain possession. Hinton puts it up from the baseline. Splish as she drills it from the baseline. That's beautiful. That was just beautiful. 24-20. Minute and a half left to go in the half. Eagles up by 4, 24-20. They get it inside to Tori Waters. Now back out to Bryant. Jennifer Myers defers back up top and now gets it back. Cardinals doing a lot of passing, but not really finding anything. So they'll just put up a shot with fury. It's a little bit off. Tough shot. Surprised she came that close to converting. Here comes Hinton the other way. Wow, a lot more speed than anybody in the Cardinals. Puts it up, gets to the line. She just ran by everybody on the Cardinals team right there and got herself some free throws. Let's see if she can convert. Hinton just plays the point guard position so well. Of course, she could slide over the 2 if you need her to. Misses the free throw, though. But she's just a player that every coach wants to have. Has those intangibles. Has the tangibles, too. She can hit a jumper. She can drive. She can defend. But it's his intangibles that put her above. The experience, the leadership, the basketball IQ, the awareness, the smart decisions, all of those things. And the second free throw is no good. Matthews with another offensive rebound. How many offensive rebounds has she had off of missed free throws? Here's D'Onofri. Try to get the bounce pass by Taylor Bryant, but she ends up kicking it. So Eagles retain possession on the kick ball. D'Onofri to inbound it. Gets Hinton. 44 seconds to go now. Here's Matthews back to Hinton. You can tell they want to go inside to Matthews, but sometimes it's just not there. The air ball is rebounded by Marissa Ferguson. Haven't heard her name yet tonight. Here's Fury. Kirsten Fury off the glass. Couldn't finish. Rebound inside by Ellie Gillette. Now with just under a half minute to go, the Eagles will come back. They got some numbers. Nice feed from Hinton to Gillette, but Gillette, I don't know if she was ready for it, and she ends up missing it. Matthews pours it in from about 6 or 7 feet out. Great touch near the basket. And Matthews now with 9. On pace for over 18 points in this game. Hollowell jacks up a tray. It's no good. The rebound, though, is brought in by Dublin. The shot is missed, though. That was number 33, Leah Ellert, on the miss at the buzzer. The Eagles, despite trailing 9-2 in the first quarter and looking real flat early, end up with a 6-point advantage at halftime, 26-20. Well, Hinton and Matthews combined for 18. They had 9 apiece. And for Upper Dublin, nobody over 4 points. In fact, 4 players with 3 points. That is Goff, Rothfield, Fury, and Myers. And, of course, with 4 points. Leading their team is Sarah Howell. But right now, keeping Goff, Fury, and Bryant in check. And that's the key right now because they have combined so far this season to average just shy of 30 points between the 3 of them. So to keep them quiet, it's a big reason they have the lead right now. Meanwhile, the Eagles doing a great job on the glass with their team rebound total at 17, holding Upper Dublin to just 10. So that is all for the first half. The second half should be just as entertaining, if not more. So we will see you after a short halftime break. I'm Mark Kodinsky. You're watching NASD TV Sports. 26-20 at the half. The Eagles have the lead over the visiting Upper Dublin Cardinals. We'll be right back. Tasha Matthews and Cachet Hinton leading the way for the Eagles in the first half, getting their Lady Eagles out to a 26-20 halftime advantage. Each of them had 9 points. That's more than twice what anybody on Upper Dublin had individually. And as a result, we got a heck of a game as Hinton with a stupid traveling violation. Rarely does she make mistakes like that, but I guess she's allowed one every once in a while, right? You're watching NASD TV Sports, Girls Varsity Basketball. I'm Mark Kodinsky. And once again, 26-20 Eagles. We got a great game here tonight. Here's Goff bringing it up. She was very quiet in the first half. Now they get it out to Jennifer Myers. Back to Myers in the corner. Inside to Tori Waters. Waters puts it up. Sounded like she got hit. But they don't call a foul. But the basket was good anyway. They try to get inside to Matthews, end up turning it over. But for every one bad thing that happens when you go inside to Tasha Matthews, 2 or 3 good ones happen. So not worried about that. Jennifer Myers dropping it off to Kirsten Fury. That shot was very well altered by Tasha Britton. We know about all the blocks she gets. Had a huge one earlier in this game. Just a nasty one. But it's not all about blocks. It's also about the shots you alter, the shots you change. And she altered one right there, caused a miss. Here's Hinton, driving inside, surrounded. Here's Arthur Tempson, who was wide open. So wide open that she was able to drop it, pick it up, still be wide open, and bank it off the glass and in. 6:46 to go in the third quarter. 6-point game. Jennifer Myers being guarded by the much bigger Tasha Matthews. Tori Waters being stripped. It's out of bounds off of Matthews. And head coach Vince Canonizzaro still upset with the way his Upper Dublin Lady Cardinals have played so far. Precious Thompson made that bank jumper a little while ago as that 3 is missed. That brings her to 6 points. Stop, pop, and a bank shot's good by number 5, Taylor Bryant. Hinton shouting directions out to her team, inbounds it to Ellie Gillette, and gets it right back. Hinton running the point now. She splits that role with a couple other Eagles. Nicole Graham not playing tonight. And Matthews able to get the layup inside. That's too easy if you're the Upper Dublin defense. Got to double team her as soon as she has the ball, or even as soon as she gets good position down there. Once she gets the ball that deep in the paint with just one girl on her, it's game over. There's Kirsten Fury. Back out to Goff. Puts up a contested 3. It's no good. Offensive rebound there for Upper Dublin. They haven't had much of that tonight, but they make good on their second chance opportunity as it's stroked in by Kirsten Fury, who averages 9.6 points a game on the season. Here comes Upper Dublin once more. It's 30-26. Upper Dublin trying to cut into what is a 4-point deficit for them. The 3 by Fury. It's good. And just like that, it's a 1-point game. We got 5:13 to go in the third quarter. And for Fury, that is now 8 as she approaches her season average. She needs one more bucket to pass that. Here's Hinton. Gonna get over to Gillette, who's open along the corner/wing. Here's Tempson. Inside to Matthews, but she's triple teamed. Good job by Upper Dublin that time to deny Matthews anything easy. And initially the referee pointed towards Upper Dublin. Obviously the wrong call, and she fixed it. Oh, and they have to fix the net down at the other end as it's caught up along the rim. Happened earlier in the game, they didn't do anything about it. Hinton made a lap, brought it back down. Hinton still with 9, Matthews now with 11. Those two combined for 20 points of the Eagles' 30. That's a huge reason they're winning this game against an Upper Dublin team that has a better record so far this season. Britton puts it up. Almost looked like a walk, but actually just a good use of the 2 steps, and Britton, real impressive right there, getting 2 inside. They get into Tori Waters. She's their inside threat. It's no good, though. Oh, man, just grabbing it away from Britton was Jennifer Myers, just out muscling her. And now a foul called against Norristown. 32-29. Eagles on top. So Goff will inbound it. Inbounds it into the backcourt to Bryant. Bryant back to Goff. Real big for a point guard. I don't mean tall, as Myers puts it up and pours it in. So Myers getting pretty hot here, and it's 32-31. Steal here by Kirsten Fury. Eagles back on D, though, and nothing in transition for Upper Dublin. Here's Tori Wetters with an ugly pass intended for Kirsten Fury, as there's just a miscommunication there. You can blame it on either one of those girls, but the Eagles will take the turnover gladly and try to build on their 1-point advantage. Here's Grady putting it up from long range. It's well short. That was an awkward looking shot, and the result wasn't much better. No pressure here by the Eagles as they get back and prepare to defend the half court. And bringing it up is Taylor Bryant. Now getting it to Tuga Goff. Fury dropped it. She's been real good lately. Able to salvage the possession, though. And a timeout called by Upper Dublin as that possession was quickly getting out of hand. It was only a matter of time before that ended up in a turnover. And Vince Cananizaro, who's been very vocal over on the sideline all game long, very passionate, very energetic, went out to talk things over quietly and calmly with his Cardinals in the huddle. Ashley Harrison with some words of advice for her Eagles. Let's see if the Eagles, they haven't really gone too deep in this game. Haven't used the entirety of their bench. It's pretty much been the same 5, 6, 7 girls out there. And it's been real successful. So let's see if that changes out of this timeout or if they can stay with it. I wouldn't mind seeing them stay with it. That's exactly what they do, is they don't change anything from their lineup. Matthews, Britton, Grady, Tempson, and Hinton. Here's Kirsten Fury. Fury putting it up, unable to get it to go. She's had the hot hand, but that was just too difficult of a shot. We'll get it back to her, though. This one's a little bit more open, and for 3, and it's a little bit deep. And Tempson gets the rebound. Terrible defense by Tori Waters, who just let Tempson go by. Yeah, you don't want to get the foul, but stand in front. If you get a foul call, it's better than just giving up the transition opportunity. Tempson was slowed down, however, and now ends up called for traveling. And with 3 minutes and 1 second to go in the third quarter, it is 32-31 Eagles. Meanwhile, the rebounding category has been dominated by the Eagles still. They have 19 compared to Upper Dublin's 15. So maybe not dominated, but winning by enough to have it play to their advantage as Goff misses it. Britton bobbles it, but ends up getting the board. Now it's knocked away. Hinton. They call it jump balls. They have no idea who touched it last. So I guess that's the right thing to do, as these referees, honestly, haven't been the greatest so far today. And there's a great example of it. No idea who it went out off of. Here is Jennifer Myers. Now Kirsten Fury. Gonna get to Bryant, thought about a three, drives right past Matthews. Certainly has the quickness advantage on Matthews, but that was an ugly attempt at a layup. Goff putting it up, and she'll get fouled. So Goff will shoot free throws. We mentioned earlier, coming into the game, 15 for 22 from the line. She's 1 for 2 on the day. So 16 for 24 overall. And that one is no good. So if we do some quick math, 75% shooter coming to this trip. Of course, she'll come out with a lower one after missing the first and missing the second. Matthews misjudged it, though, and Waters gets the board. She's been the only hope against Matthews in terms of getting boards, defending the post, and scoring in the post, and she's done okay. Matthews has certainly won that battle. There's an and one. Matthews won in a travel and got one. It was not an and one. Don't count the basket. Don't count the foul. She took too many steps before the shot. And once again, Matthews plays referee and is right. Here's Matthews now. What a Grady. That's knocked away. Can the Eagles save the possession? They cannot. What a great play by Taylor Bryant. Putting it up, getting it on the foul. Wow, Taylor Bryant. Impressive enough to deflect it. Even more impressive to knock it away and save it from going out of bounds and save it from going back into the hands of the white jerseyed Eagles. And then to top it all off, getting the layup and the foul. Wow. Taylor Bryant, 34 for 50 from the line on the year. So she gets there a lot, more than double anybody else on her team. And she completes the three-point play. So she shoots at a 68% coming into the game, and she's now got 5 points. Averages 10 flat per game on this season, and that one's out of bounds. Staying with the Eagles. 1:56 to go. I'm Mark Kolodinsky. This is NASD TV Sports Girls Varsity Basketball. Norristown Lady Eagles, 32. Upper Dublin Lady Cardinals, 34. Here's Matthews. Give it a cachet hitting. Bounce pass over to Tempson. She's surrounded, though. And a terrible pass as Taylor Bryant stepped right in front of it. Now he's going to take it the other way. Puts it up. Got it to go. So the Upper Dublin Cardinals are doing a great job of finishing around the rim here as they drive to the basket in transition or not in transition, whatever it may be. Norristown's turned the ball over 10 times so far this game. It's been kind of a crazy game with Upper Dublin turning it over 9 times of their own. So high action, high speed, real fun to watch. Here's an air ball from Donoffi. Matthews jumps over the bench, but there's no chance of her saving that. It'll go down as a missed field goal for Stephanie Donoffi. Here's Tuga Goff with 65 seconds to go in the quarter. Matthews denies the pass all the way out to center court. Now Goff with a little pro-op. Oh, what a move. So Tuga Goff now up to 5. And what a nice little drive there. She appears to be in some discomfort, though. We will keep an eye on that. It doesn't appear to be anything serious, but it could affect this game. Here's Donoffi being blocked. So 2 shots from the baseline. Not too good results. 39 seconds to go in the quarter. Fortunately, though, this time the Eagles are able to keep possession and have a chance to make something out of this. Here's Thompson being guarded by Bryant. Now Hinton with a half minute to go. Can the Eagles possibly hold for the last shot, or is that too much? They rifled inside for Britton. She always says it's always an adventure with her catching the ball. She never seems to catch it cleanly. It's a real underrated skill in basketball is the hands. And if she can improve that, and it's something that's real easy to work on, something that's real easy to improve. You can't teach the size she has. You can't teach the interior scoring. But if she can just catch the ball a little bit better, she'll be an even better player and do a lot for her already very promising development. And that one's put in, and the Upper Dublin, as the Hail Mary shot by Norristown is no good, have a 40-32 lead over the Eagles at the end of 3. So it's their largest lead of the game, and couldn't have come at a worse time as we're now entering the money quarter, the 4th quarter. And the Eagles have a lot of ground to make up. Taylor Bryant has 7. Kirsten Fury has 8. And Jennifer Myers has 7 to lead the Upper Dublin balanced scoring attack. I mean, we knew coming into the game it was going to be balanced, and balanced has it been. Meanwhile, it's been all about Hinton and Matthews in the first half, but joining them in the second half as they were held combined collectively to just 2 points. But Tempson and Britton came up big as they're both now at 6 apiece for the game. Hinton still at 9. Matthews with just a 2-point quarter, she's got 11. Hinton also, you can never overlook the job she does running the offense, and Matthews can never overlook the job she does on the boards, giving the Eagles several second chance opportunities on the offensive end and preventing Upper Dublin from doing the same on the defensive end. So Upper Dublin's got to be feeling good. They got an 8-point lead going into the fourth quarter. They really closed out that quarter well. Went on a little bit of a run. A 9-0 run, I believe. And that 9-0 run is not over, so perhaps the end of the quarter comes at a good time. Maybe the Eagles would have needed a timeout anyway, just to slow down some of the momentum of this immense run. So here we go, 8 minutes on the clock for the fourth quarter, 40-32, Cardinals. They get it inside to Britton. Britton puts it up. Oh, wow, tough shot from point-blank range, but Taisha Britton is able to convert from inside, and that's big because now it's just a 2-possession game at 40-34. Well, buckle up for a real exciting fourth quarter as these two teams have played real closely contested all game long, and I don't see why that would change right here as Britton now gets a steal. So 2 positive plays for Britton to open the quarter gives the Eagles a lot of life. I'm Mark Huddins. You're watching NESD TV Sports. That one is an ill-advised pass. Taylor Bryant with the interesting pass over to Bryant. Matthews comes out of nowhere and swats it from behind. So that was kind of a rolling pass to Myers, trying to get it out ahead. She was ahead of the pack, but it was kind of an awkward angle, and the pass ended up getting to Myers, who will now inbound, but not with enough accuracy to allow her to do anything with it. Matthews ends up getting the gorgeous block. Hinton, getting it out ahead to Tempson. They should foul her. Oh, she just lost it out of bounds. Wow. Hoping to at least get free throws out of that, but she kind of just lost it. That could have been big. Here's 7:10 to go in the fourth quarter. Eagles facing a 6-point deficit. Coming off of back-to-back losses against PW and Wissahickon. Here is Tori Waters. Denolfi just missed deflecting that pass, but it's an air ball by Myers. Here comes Hinton, getting by the big body of Waters. And now Hinton inside to Britton, who once again can't corral it. The baseball pass ahead to Myers, but she doesn't have enough speed as Matthews just catches up to her and swats it away. Wow. Matthews is, what, about 6 feet tall, maybe 5'11". I mean, let's see what she's listed at. 5'11". But boy, she can run the floor, as you saw right there. Eagles now with 20 rebounds as a team. But boy, that's an impressive play. Matthews is really showing us something tonight. Here's Fury. Getting it back out to Goff. Cranks up a 3. It's no good. Well contested by Britton, and perhaps a little bit too much unnecessary hesitation by Goff. Should have just taken that one as soon as she received. Took a step in, but did it real slowly, and perhaps it wasn't even completely necessary. Here's Taylor Bryant. We haven't seen a lot of that backcourt pressure that both teams implemented for a little bit earlier in the game. Denolfi tries to jump that pass. Can't come up with it, but is able to get back. Doesn't cost her team by gambling. That one high off the glass, but it's no good. But going to the line is Kirsten Fury. Kirsten Fury, despite averaging 9.6 points a game, does not get to the line often. She comes in at 75%, just 6 for 8. Fury also averages 1.6 assists a game and a team-leading 6.8 rebounds a game. That's an impressive stat right there. She misses the free throw, however. .54 to go. This free throw could make it a 7-point Upper Dublin lead, and it does. 41-34 is the score. Here's Hinton. Trying to make something happen, give the Eagles a little bit of momentum going forward. They try to get it in to Britton. She puts it up, doesn't get it to go. And boy, they're really working Taisha Britton offensively, and she's been good, so it's respectable, but boy, more than you would think that they would. Just seem like they go to her every possession. Oh, beautiful interception by Taisha Hinton. I mean, if that's what's open, you take it, but you'd like to see him get Matthews involved as much as they did in the first half. Here's Tempson. Getting it to Matthews. Getting it back out. She was double teamed, and it left Hinton wide open for three, and it's no good. Rebound, though, by Matthews. She'll bring it out. Gets it back out to Hinton. And the Eagles have a chance on this fresh possession. And Hinton was held up and fouled right there. That's just the first team foul for Upper Dublin. So they could use some fouls. They could do some stuff like that because they got a lot of fouls to work with. Not until they have 6 will the Eagles shoot free throws on every foul. Matthews had a wide open Denolfi, but was being harassed by several Upper Dublin Cardinals, and as a result, wasn't on the mark with the pass. And for the Eagles, that is their 16th turnover of the game, and if they could have limited that a little bit, they might have a small lead in this game as opposed to the 7-point deficit. Here's Jennifer Myers. Tipped out of bounds by Denolfi. The Eagles have gotten their hands on a lot of passes tonight, deflecting passes away and doing a great job of disrupting things. And 41 points for the Cardinals. Not a bad total, but definitely active hands, active defense. Doing a real good job of on the defensive end in that regard. So 9 for Hinton, 11 for Matthews, and 8 for Taisha Britton. Again, Hinton and Matthews are seniors, but Britton just a sophomore. Very, very promising. Taisha Britton, they list her at 6'2". You're not going to find too many girls high school basketball players with that kind of size. So 4:52 to go. Here we go. Out of the timeout. 41-34 still with the Cardinals on top. They inbound it to Fury. Now over to Waters, back to Goff. And perhaps that's the reason the Eagles have gotten so many deflections. A lot of unnecessary passes by the Cardinals. That one's put up and good by Bryan. Nice little move. Let's go around, use the room for our protection, and go from left to right and end up finishing on the right side. Now it's a 9-point game. Biggest lead of the game for the Cardinals once again. Matthews over to Tempson. Not much of a three-point shooter, so she'll pass up the semi-open look. Here she is again in the corner, getting it inside to Britton, who can't catch it. Bounce pass to Denolfi. Loses it, gets it back, puts it up. Oh, couldn't get it to go. Eagles fans already clapping as that shot went up, but just an unfortunate break for Denolfi as it caroms off the rim and falls out. Here's Goff getting it back to Bryant. Fury for three. Oh, yes. 46-34, and the Cardinals are starting to pull away a little bit, behind a dozen from Fury. What a clutch three right there. Eagles need a host. Oh, and they have a travel called on this place for a turnover. They need a host of quick threes or something. Bunch of steals, something right now. They got 3:45 to go, but with a double-digit deficit, it's now at a dozen. Things are not looking real bright for the Norristown Eagles. About to be sent to their 3rd straight loss, potentially. It's not been the greatest start for the Lady Eagles. And they played a real solid 3 quarters, just, played with Upper Dublin, matched them bucket for bucket. But, boy, late in that 3rd quarter, and just in the last minute and a half of that 3rd quarter, and now here in the 4th, just getting outplayed. Upper Dublin's really seems like they figured out Tasha Matthews. She has just 2 second-half points. She had 9 in the first half. And they're really surrounding her, and as a result, the Eagles have tried to go to Taisha Britton. And, yeah, Taisha Britton's a real talented inside scorer, but Natasha Matthews is Natasha Matthews. So, Upper Dublin making some good defensive adjustments, perhaps. Fury was pretty open, but the pass wasn't good enough to allow her to put up a shot after receiving it. Timeout by Vince Catanzaro and the Upper Dublin Cardinals. 3:33 to go in the game. You're watching NASD TV. I'm Mark Kolodinsky. And, boy, this one was closely contested all game, but now Upper Dublin's starting to pull away. Don't give up on the Eagles yet, though. But certainly looking a lot grimmer than it did a couple of minutes ago. If you want to go all the way back to early in the 3rd quarter, let's see. This has been a 15-2 run by Upper Dublin. 15-2. And that right there, that's your game. Now, if the Eagles can answer with some kind of crazy run like that on their own, that's the only chance they have of winning. But if not, you can point to that little area, that 15-2 run, as the reason the Eagles lost this game. It was 32-31 at one point. Now it's 34-46. I don't know. As soon as the Eagles got that lead, it seemed like they kind of fell asleep. Maybe grew a little bit complacent, or maybe it just happened that that's when Upper Dublin made their run. Maybe the Eagles getting a little bit fatigued. I don't know what it is. You can point to a number of different things. Probably a combination of all of them. But no matter what it is, it's caused them to be in this very precarious situation. Myers inbounds it. Finds Taylor Bryant. Being guarded by Donofrey. Now Donofrey forced to switch and cover Goff. Rifles it over to Fury, who was kind of open. Opts not to take the shot. Opts to go over instead of Taylor Bryant. Eagles got to start going for some steals. Taking risks, taking gambles. Try to pick off some passes. Pluck some people's pockets. Here's a good start as they try for the double team. Myers receives the high pass, allowing Matthews and Britton to get over. Goff to Bryant as Upper Dublin burns a lot of clock. We've now got just 3 minutes to go. It's way too early to start fouling for the Eagles, but maybe at some point they do it. Maybe they're behind by too much. As Upper Dublin just continues to burn up the clock. Hinton knocks it away, and the Eagles have been so good at doing that all game, but now that Upper Dublin's trying to burn the clock, they can't buy one. And a lot of credit to Vince Cannizzaro and this Upper Dublin team drawing up something, having a little bit of a clock-burning offense that's worked flawlessly so far. They've burned about 50 seconds off the clock on this one possession. Now Myers will drive, gets herself an easy shot. So after all that, an easy layup for Jennifer Myers. That's one of the easiest shots we've seen all game. The deficit swells to 48-34. Another turnover. Great heady play by Jennifer Myers as she was falling down and avoiding the traveling, avoiding maybe getting into a jump ball situation and shoveling it over to an area where a number of her red jersey teammates were able to save the steal and calls a turnover. Here's Myers. Getting it to Goff. Upper Dublin going to burn some more clock, and why not? This is just their second possession in the last minute and a half. Putting on a clinic right now. Teams should study from this how to burn clock when you have a big lead. Taylor Bryant passes up the open shot. Good idea. Here's Goff being covered by Donofrey. The Eagles really need to go for some steals. Good job breaking that. Exchange up by Hinton, but not for long. As now Bryant kicks it out. Myers, just a minute and 38 to go now in the game. Eagles down by 14. That one into the backcourt. As soon as Goff touches it, it'll be a backcourt. There it is. But with a minute and a half to go and the Eagles down by 14, Upper Dublin is going to get their 6th win of the year. Timeout on the floor. Not a good showing tonight for the Eagles. They played about 3 7/8. Real good quarters, or 2 7/8, excuse me. But the other 1 1/8 were disastrous. And that 15-2 run we spoke of earlier is now up to 17-2. You can't win when you give up 17-2 runs, especially when the game's only 32 minutes long. So right now, I'm sure Vince Cannizzaro is telling his Cardinals that they just need to burn some clock, not turn it over, make their foul shots if that does indeed come into play. The star for them tonight was Kirsten Fury, who dropped 12 to this point. Also helped by 9 apiece from Jennifer Myers, who came in averaging under 3 points a game, and also from Taylor Bryant, who was more of a likely hero, if you will. I mean, we know what Fury and Bryant can do. Even Goff, who was semi-quiet today, although she does have 5 to this point. But yeah, we knew it was going to be that those 3 could do a lot of damage, with the exception of Goff. They've done exactly that. But to replace Goff, they've got Myers. Here's Grady. Over to Matthews. Now Donofrey. Donofrey will take the baseline jumper. Rims in and out. And Upper Dublin will get fouled by Cache Hinton. Well, that's going to slow down the end of this game massively if the Eagles are going to foul everybody. They're down by 14 with a minute and 18 to go. Honestly, they have no chance of winning this game. And there's really no reason to foul anybody. Eagles not on the penalty. There's not been a lot of fouls this game. refs have let them play. They've ended up on the ground wrestling for loose balls, and a jump ball is being called before a foul. Let's see if they foul again, and they do. First they try to go for a steal, but after that doesn't work, they quickly foul. Oh, man. So we're in for a long minute 15. It's 48-34 Upper Dublin. Eagles still not in the penalty, though. That's just their 16th foul. They're going to need one more to force Upper Dublin to shoot 1-1. And the fact that it's 1-1 and not 2 does help in a comeback because, you know, you missed the first. You don't even get a second as opposed to shooting 2. As Hinton tried to foul, they didn't call it. Upper Dublin burning some clock. They don't call that Grady touch. And now Hinton will finally wrap up Fury. Eagles tried to foul a number of times, but it went uncalled by the refs. And Upper Dublin also did a nice job getting rid of it. Yeah, 1-1 gives you a little bit better chance, but really with 14 points to make up and just a minute 7 to do it, it's pretty safe to say this thing's over. It's very safe. It's extremely safe. That shot is up and good. So getting another will be Kirsten Fury. Getting a hand is Tigger Goff. Not bad Upper Dublin fan turnout here tonight, considering it's an away game at Norristown, and I mean, it's not exactly a huge game, but they applaud Goff's effort as she heads to the bench. Good game, just 5 points, but contributing in a number of other areas. Now we got just 60 seconds left to go, and if the Eagles think they still have a chance, why aren't they chucking up shots? Hinton dealing it to Grady. Here's Matthews. Matthews will try a 3. Oh, wow, she almost made it. So Matthews decides to take matters into her own hands. But can't convert on the 3. That might be the last time you ever see her shoot a 3. It could be. And it's now 50-34 with Upper Dublin going back to the line to try to extend their 16-point lead. Also, perhaps if it would have been the Eagles getting out to that 9-2 start in the first quarter, maybe we wouldn't be here right now. But Upper Dublin got out to that quick start. Eagles had to come back in the first quarter, which they did very, very quickly. But perhaps that affected them. Perhaps that's why they fell apart later in the game. We won't know, but yeah, the run just continues as it is now. I mean, think about this. 20-2. 21-2 as the free throw is good. Here's Grady. That's a semi-open look. You got to chuck that up. And that one's swooshed in from the baseline by Grady. That's our first field goal of the game, and now another foul. Half a minute to go exactly. I'm Mark Hudinsky. You're watching NASD TV Sports. Great game, but the Eagles fell apart late. They kind of ended that run by getting a basket down there on the other end. I mean, it's still 21-4, but either way, more free throws for the Upper Dublin Cardinals, and the Eagles prolonging their agony. Offensive rebound, but now a scramble. Several white jerseys on it, but Jennifer Myers is in there to cause a jump ball. So they're still going hard out there. We got just 26 seconds to go in an already decided game, but they're still going hard. They've been going hard all game. Here's Kirsten Fury. Back out to Hollowell, who played a lot in the first half, not so much in the second half. The opposite could be said for Goff. 12 seconds to go now. The Eagles looking like they won't foul, or will they? And they call a dribble violation, so the Eagles will take over, probably just burn out the last 7 seconds and eat the loss. So they inbound it to Donoffi. Donoffi over to Grady. She'll hoist up a 3. And that's the game as the ball bounces out of bounds, touches down out of bounds just after the buzzer sounds. So that's a wrap. Boy, Eagles fell apart late third, fourth quarter. And Matthews with 9 in the first half, just 2 in the second half. Hinton with 9 in the first half, 0 in the second half. Britton stepped up in the second half. She ended up with 8. Also, Precious Tempson with 6. But for Upper Dublin, Fury, Myers, and Bryant were too much to handle. 9 apiece for Bryant and Myers, and a game-high 14 for Kirsten Fury. Came into the game averaging just under 10. She'll probably leave the gym averaging over 10. And Upper Dublin flexes their muscles here tonight at Norristown, getting the 52-36 win. Well, you've been watching NASD TV Sports. I'm Mark Hodinsky, bringing you all the action, not just today, but all season long, boys and girls. Also catch the sports show. 5:30 Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Well, for Tim Skowski, bringing us the numbers, cracking the stats, Alex Silks, Nappy Swan with the fine job on camera. I'm Mark Hodinsky. We hope you'll join us for more sports coverage on NASD TV later on. But for now, so long.